Gunner's early on us, but you got to like a man who's early. So we are ready for him. We're going to start here on the left side, fourth row. Yeah.
Obviously, you did the Manning Passing Academy with Lenora Stellers this summer. I'm just curious what your take on Lenora Stellers is as a fellow SEC quarterback and what your evaluation of his talent is.
It was great. He could spin it. It was great to be around all the quarterbacks out there. That was the neat part, just getting to know everybody. Because through high school, you know, you go to camps, but you aren't around most of them. But it was neat getting to meet everybody and get to learn.
Go on the right side, front row.
Tony Reese, WTVM out of Columbus. We talk about a man now being a full-time starter, the expected full-time starter from day one. Just kind of your thoughts going into the season, just how excited you are.
Yeah, we're really excited about the season. Just we've had a great off season, just getting to know everybody and coming together and really connecting.
Stay on the right side, then pass it behind you, if you would.
Alex Byington on 3. Gunner, what have you kind of worked on this offseason, whether it's, you know, working individually with teammates or getting, you know, leadership tasks? What have you done to kind of earn this spot?
For me, just the way I handle myself, I feel like I've shown up just since I've been to college and just the way I live my life. Showing up to work every day and trying to do the right thing and not always being perfect because we're not going to be perfect, but just treating people the right way. And biggest thing, just showing up to work and doing the right thing.
Go here in the middle, fourth row.
Hey, Alex Miller from the Bryant College Station Eagle. What have you seen from Noah Thomas this offseason as he's come in, just his strengths and how you guys have built rapport?
He's been great. He came in with a great attitude from Texas A&M and has done a great job. He's fun to be around, and I'm really excited for the year with him.
Go on the right side, fourth row, then pass it out.
Hi, Gunner. Carmen Corley with WTOK and Meridian. Seeing a lot of roster turnover from losing guys to the draft, transfer portal, whatever it is, how are you helping guys buy into the culture you have at Georgia?
Yeah, I think it's crazy now this day and age with the portal and people leaving, but I think that's what makes it special. This is like a new team, bunch of new guys, so just having the standard at Georgia and setting it and trying to enforce it, and it's been fun just being together and embracing it.
Third row, and then pass it forward.
Hey, Ryan Curley, Dog Post. How quickly were you able to build chemistry with the transfer wide receivers, and where do you feel like you're at in that process?
I think going through spring was a big deal, and just having that time because it was about a month straight of just work and practice, so just getting a lot of banked reps and having this off season, just throwing 7-on-7 and working out almost every day, and just spending a lot of time together has helped a lot.
Second row, then pass it forward.
Gunner, earlier this summer, Kirby mentioned, I think it was down in Destiny, he was telling Paul Feinbaum he's sent his criticisms of you to you. What was your reaction when Paul was critical of you this summer, and kind of how did you handle that your coach kind of egged it on?
Yeah, I'm not a big social media guy, but yeah, but seeing your coach kind of defend you makes you feel good. But I'm not really worried about what people say. So just ready for the season and can't wait.
Talk about it as a guy who's been in the system now for quite some time, just the progression you've seen yourself year to year, and just kind of how you feel like you've improved going into the season. Just as far as your overall progression, how you feel like you've perfected the different part of your game.
Yeah, I think just this offseason, always working on something and trying to get better at it. And I can always get better at the little things. And for me, it's been a bunch of footwork stuff and just trying to clean it up and having a set, creating good habits is the biggest thing for me.
Right side.
Trevor Denton, Way 31. What was going through your mind when you were called upon in the middle of the SEC championship game? And then how do you think an experience like that, being thrown into the fire in that game in the playoff, can help prepare you for a full SEC season as a starter?
I think it was a great experience. Just handling the emotions, the ebbs and flows. It was a great experience. I wouldn't change anything. But I'm excited for this new year with the SEC schedule. It's no joke. I'm glad there's a bunch of home games, and can't wait for the first one against Marshall. So I'm excited.
Left side, fourth row.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX and College Station. Just kind of, to be around some of the, other quarterbacks in the league. Just how would you evaluate just right now kind of how the quarterback play in the SEC is?
Yeah, I think it'll be really good. It was neat at the Manning Pass Academy getting to see a bunch of guys to throw and be around, but it was neat just seeing them, how they are outside of football too. So.
One of those guys at the Manning Passing Academy, Marcel Reed. What did you see from him? Just kind of the kind of player he is.
Oh yeah, he's big and physical, and he can throw it really well. And he was nice to be around, and he was a cool guy.
Were you surprised at the no-nonsense manner of the passing academy? It's very well constructed just for football.
Oh yeah, it was football. I didn't know what to expect. It was my first time out there. I didn't know if we were just trying to throw the ball the farthest. I saw Joe Milton do that a couple years ago, but it was work being a counselor and putting the guys through drills, and it was a lot of fun though.
Go here on the left side.
Cliche is the tight end's quarterback's best friend. Oscar may actually be that for you. Talk about your relationship with him and how that strong position group can be an asset to you guys this year.
Absolutely. Oscar, we actually roomed together since our freshman year, and he's a great guy, and tight ends, they can make your life easy, and I'm glad I can call him a good friend. So.
We have time for one more. Anybody else out there? We'll go another one here.
Obviously, we mobbed you at the Sugar Bowl, and you had all that attention. But what's this offseason been like being Georgia's quarterback? Have you noticed anything different? Is there more attention? Obviously, I think NIL deals are probably coming out. You're doing an EA Sports, post on your Instagram. What's been different about now being the guy at Georgia?
I think it's just a different role. When you look back, I get more attention, in Athens, getting pictures and stuff like that. But hey, that comes with the role, and probably just being more vocal with the team and just enjoying it. I've enjoyed the process so far, and I can't wait for the season. I'm really excited.
Garner, thank you very much for your time. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to wrap up with Georgia right now. We have C.J. Allen up here. Would anybody like to start with questions? We'll start right here on the right.
CJ, Tony Reese, WTV, I'm out of Columbus. Man, we talk about the progression of this Georgia defense, guys like Jalen Walker, Michael Williams, now yourself coming into this role, being more of a leader this year, just kind of how you're really hoping to grow into that this season and really incorporate that or keep that dominance going.
I think just focus on this season, not really too worried about the past or who was there last year. Just being in tune with this season, just focus on this process.
You play for a school that's probably circling a lot of opponents' calendar schedules. How do you feel like your team might be a target for others?
We don't feel like we were a target. We approach every opponent the same way, no matter who we're playing. So no matter if we're lined up versus the 9U Bulldogs, we're going to approach it the same way.
What questions of Kirby Smart do you get from most people?
Sir?
What questions about Kirby Smart do you get from most people?
I think how he is outside of being our coach. That's like the biggest question I probably get asked.
Okay. Over on the end, second row.
Alex Byington on 3. CJ, what have you seen from Gunner, just basically since the end of last season that you feel like he's ready for this opportunity to be the Georgia starter?
I think Gunner's just a great competitor. He wants to win. He comes in with his head down and work, and that's just something about him.
You mentioned something about him. He was up here earlier, I lost count how many neats he said. Neat, the word neat. He just seems like he says it a lot. Just his all-shucks personality, what's it like in the locker room to kind of have a player like that on the team?
I think having Gunner is just a great person to have in the locker room. Just coming in, smile, smile on his face each and every day. You know what you're going to get,
Left side on the aisle.
Hey, CJ, AP Stedham of AP As We See It. CJ, what do you tell a young Georgia linebacker about the Georgia way of playing that position? And then I want to ask you about Ellis Robinson, the fourth. Will he contribute this season?
I think being a linebacker at University of Georgia, you're just going to develop by the best. You're going to get coached by the best. You're going to get pushed. You're going to know the game in and out. I think just knowing ball and just knowing your position, having to make guys around you better.
We'll stay over on the left side.
You mentioned every game one at a time, but do you think that more teams consider Georgia to be rivals than you consider them to be your rival?
That may be the case, but we just focus on who we're playing. We don't really worry about how other teams feel about us. We just focus on ourselves.
Go right here in the middle, fourth row.
Jared Bates, WNSP Mobile. CJ, mentioning rivalries, Georgia Tech, Auburn. Georgia's in a unique situation where they kind of have two. Which game means more to you?
All of them. I think any chance you get to go out there and put your helmet on and play football, especially for Georgia, just means a lot. So all those games are important to me.
Do we have any other questions? Okay, we're back here on the left side.
CJ, I know that all the teams are important, but is there one game on the schedule or a couple games that you enjoy playing that opponent? I'm not disparaging any other opponent, of course, but some teams you like to play. Maybe there's a former teammate on there, or you just like to play that school.
I just like to play football. So anytime I get to go out there and play football, I enjoy that. So, we know these opportunities are limited. You don't get too many opportunities to go out there and play football. So I think any chance you get is just interesting to me.
Is there a particular road stadium in the SEC you enjoy playing in, and why?
I think anytime you're on the road in the SEC, it's a good environment. So anytime you're on the road, you get to play an SEC opponent, you're going to be in for a ride.
We have any other questions for CJ? Another one here on the right.
CJ, last year the defense had its ups and downs. What does this year's defense have to do to kind of reestablish itself as maybe one of the premier ones in the country? And then can you just speak to what ELO brings?
I think speaking of a defense, man, I think it's really come down to the little things. And like our whole theme and this message, this whole offseason, the whole team, honestly, just been fire, passion, and energy. So just playing with that fire, passion, and energy, being able to affect each other, it means a lot. So it just comes down to the little things. Oh, I think Elo is just a great person. He wants to win. He wants to learn and come in and do his thing.
CJ, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're continuing our trend of early arrivals today. We have Dalen from the University of Georgia, and he is ready for your questions. We'll start over here on the left side.
Good morning, Dalen. AP Stedham, AP As We See It. Dalen, what did you try to improve upon this summer with some of your skills? And also, can you describe Ellis Robinson and his role that he might play?
I'm sorry, say the second part one more time?
Ellis Robinson, the fourth.
Oh, okay. Well, I know what I've tried to improve on is just being more consistent and just really just trying to be more well-rounded, just trying to fix some weaknesses and even work on the strengths even more. And with Ellis, he's a real good player. He brings a lot of juice to the position. I love being around him every day. He's one of my best friends. So.
Front row.
Morning, Daly. Tony Reed's WTV out of Columbus, man. We talk about it being another key returner coming back to this defense. Y'all have been a standard for quite some time now. What does it mean for you to be a part of this defense and just kind of how you're really hoping to really enforce the season?
It means a lot, I'm really grateful just to be one of those guys on the defense that people see as a leader. So just trying to do a better job at that, just see where I can grow as a leader, where I can help other people on the defense and just help bring everyone together, bring us up and stuff.
Yeah, sure. Another.
We talk about the success you've had. Georgia's boasted a lot of NFL guys. We talk about Michael Williams and all the guys, Jalen Walkers and everything. What does it mean for you to hopefully one day have your name called and be part of that legacy of Georgia to the NFL?
That would definitely mean a lot. So, just really trying to focus on this year, just make sure we do the best we can, and then that'll come with it.
Second row, right side.
Alex Byington on 3. Dalen, what was the self-evaluation of the defense after the year, and kind of what are some of the improvements, the things that you need to, not you individually and as a collective defense, need to do better?
I would say personally, just I've always been trying to work on doing a better job, like, tracking the ball in the air. That's something I feel like, even if you are good at it, that's something you can always work on. And just as a defense, we just, we don't really like try to focus on too much like from last year. We just want to be, because, we don't really have the same type of guy. We have a lot of new faces, so we just want to be the best we can be for this upcoming season. So that's really what we're focused on right now.
Left side, fourth row.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX in College Station. What was it like playing alongside Julian Humphrey, and what kind of player is Texas A&M getting?
Julian was a real good player. He was definitely a good person to be like around, even off the field. Like, I feel like when he was here, like when he was at Georgia, like me and we were probably hanging out like every day. So he's definitely like a ball player. He's definitely like athletic. So A&M's definitely getting a good player out of him.
Right side.
Cody Chaffins with Dog Nation. Even since you were a freshman, Kirby always seems to be loud at you. Like some of the quarterbacks, he may put his arm around, but he's going to he's taking that in-your-face approach with you. How does that make you better? How do you respond to that? And how has that made you grow throughout the years?
I think like a big reason for it is just, Coach Smart used to play DB, so like he really has like different expectations, I would say. But at first, I really didn't know how I would handle it. Just like, it would kind of like overwhelm me, like when I was like, freshman, like back when I was a freshman and stuff. But I feel like over time, like really just understanding, like you got to hear the message he's saying, and not the tone, and just like really just understanding what he wants from me, and just hearing that, and like not really taking it as personal, and just keep trying to improve. So.
How's it feel to play for a school that's gunned at by a lot of opponents? There's a lot of times teams will circle a certain team on a schedule, and your team has probably circled quite a bit.
It's just we know like we'll get a lot of people's best game, but that's not really something that we try to focus on. We try to focus on like what as a team where we can get better at, and how we can keep improving week by week, and that's pretty much that.
On the right, fourth row.
Back here, Noah Gross from KXAN in Austin. I just wanted to know about the SEC championship game against Texas last year. That was a grind. What do you remember most about that game, and what it took to eventually win it?
That game we had to overcome some stuff, with our starting quarterback going down and Gunner stepping up. And I feel like he really did a tremendous job just stepping up into that role and like not letting it overwhelm him. Like he stepped in, did a great job. Like it was a lot of stuff we had to overcome in that game, and I feel like we did a great job with that.
Right side, third row.
Yeah, you seemed to shine against Texas both games last year. Excited to play them again this year. Is there something about that? And is it just playing your best when the lights are brightest? It seems like you stepped up in the biggest games last year.
Well, I try to play my best every game. That those might be two of the best I had last year, but it didn't really have anything to do with the team, Like this year, like when that time comes, like we just focus on whoever's next. So I wouldn't really say it's like a certain team we'll be looking forward to. We're just looking forward to the next team we play. Like as of right now, we're looking forward to the first game. So.
In the middle, on the back row.
Samantha Casano with Local 3 News. Gunner mentions that he's worked on being more vocal. How have you seen him evolve as a leader?
Oh, he's definitely done a good job at that. Because he tends to be kind of quiet, but how I've been hanging out with him over the summer and stuff, I've seen him try to make that effort to step up and speak up more. So he's definitely growing as a leader, and we're definitely proud of him for doing that.
Fourth row.
Dalen, what's it just like being here representing Georgia at Media Days, and then being so close to Athens too in this event?
Just being here means a lot. It's such an honor just like to be picked to even go to an event like this because we have a lot of great leaders on the team that could have been to an event like this. And, just being a part of those people that are able to come out here is just like a big honor to me. And I just, appreciate just being here, honestly.
Go ahead.
Roger Manus with Rowdy Sports. How has the game changed in trying to maintain culture with transfer portal, NIL, things like that? How do y'all maintain your standard within the Georgia program?
Honestly, like with the transfer portal, if you don't want to be here anymore, like that's like a personal decision. But for the new guys that come in, we try to all take them in like they've been there. Like we want to treat them as family and like take them in as brothers because at the end of the day, that's what we are now. So instead of just trying to like slowly build a bond, that's something we try to do off the rip just so they know that they can be comfortable around us, even though like they're fairly new to the program, but we just try to make them feel as comfortable as they can around us.
Final two questions, second row, and then pass it forward.
Last year's pass rush had its issues at times. What have you seen from Elo coming in, and just why is he a guy that can make a difference as a pass rusher?
He's the type of guy that I feel like can definitely do that for us. Like he's definitely a good guy. He's definitely good to be like hang out with. Like it's funny. Me and him, we actually sit next to each other in the locker room, so I get to talk to him a little bit. And like I just like being around him. He's just a real cool guy. So I'm really excited for him to like be on the team and really excited to see what he'll do for us this year.
Final question.
We know every year players try to elevate their game or progress something different. What has been your biggest progression from last year to now?
I would say really just trying to learn the game more, learn the game, like understand instead of just what I have to do, what everyone else has to do, just because I feel like that will just help the position more or even help the defense more because you really have a better understanding of who's doing what and like where your help is and stuff. I would definitely say like that part of the game.
Dalen, thank you very much for your time.
Yep.